Steve, I mean, I don't know what you do
Hmm.
on a weekly basis. I mean, it is rather strange.
Uh, I don't know why you think I'm strange. I don't do anything out of the ordinary,
No,
do I?
no, I just think it is strange that I don't know what you
Oh,
do.
I get it now. I see. I thought you said that I'm strange, and well,
Well, you are strange, Steve. I mean,
there's something not right about me.
I agree. I agree. I mean, we can agree on that, at least.
Yes, sir.
So, um, how you doing this week, Steve?
I am awesome this week, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had a great week.
a great
Long
week.
weekend, but a great week. Yeah.
Hmm. Happy for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, it's good to have a good week once in a while
No, I agree.
instead of a bad one. I mean, bad weeks suck.
Do anything exciting?
Yes, but you don't let me talk about that stuff on this show. So
Oh, oh, I see. So it had to do with eBay then.
yes, it did.
Yeah, that's too bad. We'd really like to support you, Steve, but you know,
I mean, you know, I won't talk about how I went to a thrift store and found a 1940s Lee jacket for $1 and sold it for 350 in 2 hours. I won't talk about that on this
look
show.
at you go. Look at
And
big
another
boy.
jacket that sold for 70.
Big boy made a sale.
A big sale. $1 and a 350. I mean, that doesn't happen every day
Hmm.
unless you're me.
Richard's like fucking losing his mind right now. Probably. I'm not even looking at the chat because I'm busy like trying to share the link for the show before we begin the podcast. Well, technically we've already started, but you know what I mean,
Yeah.
Steve.
Oh, I didn't even know. I
You
wasn't paying
know,
attention.
you know, it is what it is, Steve.
I got a quieter vape. Can you hear it?
Oh, isn't that so cute,
Well,
Stevie?
so that I don't have to
Yes, I
mute
can
myself.
still fucking hear it.
Damn it.
Of course, I can still hear it.
Damn it. I got a cat too, apparently.
Oh,
Cats
so
don't bother me unless I'm doing a show.
Steve, let's start the show.
All right, go ahead.
Your pussy problems can't nearly be as big as my pussy problems.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about it.
Who said we were going to talk about it?
Well, you just brought it up, so I'm guessing.
Oh, I mean, it's not a problem, but
Start the
anyway.
show.
You sure?
I'm never sure.
This is the Fortean Slip, episode 15, the No Holds Barred episode.
Uh-oh.
Welcome. Oh, I should have taken a sip of coffee before I did that, Steve.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do that right now.
That was rough. No, I figured it's been a while, Steve. We haven't taken any questions from our chat room,
No.
and they're from time to time, our listeners deserve to be given a voice.
Maybe I should pull up the chat so I can see what they're saying.
And we've got Sir Richard, although we should keep an eye on Richard. He may not divulge all the questions to us.
Well, I'll let you keep an eye on the chat. If I get in the chat room, you know how that goes. I'll rely on you guys.
Steve, we have our first question of the evening.
Oh, let's go.
From Dean Cooper.
Huh.
What color is your cat, Steve?
Which one?
I would assume the one that was just in there.
That is a orange cat. I have two orange cats and a fluffy black and white cat. And an orange dog. Well, yellow. Orange? I don't know. I call it yellow.
This is riveting show topic stuff, Steve. Right here.
I think these are great questions.
Will L would like to know if your cat is in heat again.
No, she's been fixed. And I don't think she can go into heat properly.
She wasn't rubbing her vagina on you? No.
I can be in this room all day. I can record videos for my YouTube channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can be in here on eBay doing what my work and everything. And that cat's never in here. As soon as we start doing a live show, that cat comes in here, and I don't get it. She knows. Maybe it's the sound of your voice or something. Maybe it's very calming.
I don't know. Do you think I draw them in?
No, I'm not colorblind.
Steve, you can't listen. You that's not the way this works.
How does it work? I don't know. We don't do this kind of shit very often. You have to
ask the question. You can't just answer the question.
Okay. Will wants to know if I'm colorblind. No, I am not colorblind. Is that better?
Yeah, Steve. That kind of gives people the frame of reference. This is an audio medium, technically, Steve.
I'd like to get at least one Fortean question in.
Well, yeah. Well, we've got one, Steve. Grant Priestair?
No, it's priest. It's priest. Hey, yes, that's it.
Whatever it is. You guys planning on going to Mothman Festival this year? I would love to go. I can't say that I will be going.
No, I probably won't. I mean, if I might. When is it? Like in May or June, right?
I can't remember exactly what month it is.
One of those months down the road. But I did. In fact,
we were supposed to go at one point in time, and Steve couldn't make it. I wound up not technically being able to make it. But I was trying to convince Steve to take mushrooms with me in Point Pleasant and go on a hell of a trip.
Had that happened, we probably would have seen a Mothman.
Oh, I guarantee you would have seen a fucking Mothman. I'd have made sure you did.
I can tell you one thing though. I did find a moth. Do you remember the drawing that Fred Dunn did, or Dred Funn, I should say, did with us, and I had the Mothman T-shirt on? I found that T-shirt.
So I found that T-shirt.
Yeah, except it's not gray; it's in black. So whatever.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it's pretty much that T-shirt. It's pretty cool.
Cool. Yeah, Fred's done some awesome shit for us. So, as always, if you're a fan of this show, go check out Dred Funn at dredfunn.com and youtube.com/dredfunn. Watch some of his fucking videos, people, over and over and over again. Put on the playlists. Let's go. Support the fucking man.
Dean Cooper wants to know how I tell the cats apart, the orange ones.
Okay, Steve, how do you tell the fucking orange cats apart?
Well, like when you have twins and shit, you can always, a parent knows, So it's the same thing with orange cats, except in my case, one's a male, one's a female, and one's bigger and one's smaller. So it's pretty easy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's very rare to find a female orange cat. We got lucky there. Very rare. Even the vet didn't believe it and had to look under the tail to make sure.
Again, riveting conversation, Steve. So glad we're taking these questions from Dean Cooper.
Is Dean and Grant and Will the only ones in the chat room right now?
Probably. We have 12 viewers, Steve.
Nice.
There's another guy.
Another guy.
What's the other guy?
And some say he is the product of an unholy marriage between a bear and the devil himself.
Oh, Bob? Is that who we're talking about?
I'm pretty sure.
Bob Poling?
Yeah.
Does Bob have anything to say tonight, Richard?
Dean Cooper did have another question.
Fuck Dean Cooper.
Okay.
Until he says he's DB Cooper and turns himself in, he can't ask any more questions.
He has never admitted to it.
I know.
And he's pretty much, I mean, he could have done it. He could have pulled it off.
That man gets more fucking shout outs on this show.
I mean, all he has to do is admit it and we'll stop saying it.
Yeah. I'm a firm proponent that he is DB Cooper himself. I think he's hiding out.
I found another potential.
We're in plain sight, Steve.
I found another potential DB Cooper that wasn't Dean, but I'm not positive that this person was the DB Cooper.
Okay.
Because it's Diane B. Cooper. But, you never know. I mean, maybe she's Butch or something.
What are you trying to say, Steve?
I'm just saying, maybe. I don't know. So unless Dean wants to give that title up to a Butch lady, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And maybe that's the way he wants to go.
I'm not fucking letting you do. He died. He jumped out of the plane and he died. All right.
Did he?
He did not die.
Did he die?
He did. He jumped out of a plane at night over a forest in a storm. He died.
Then why didn't they find a body?
What if he had parrots?
Because it was eaten by animals. Squirrels.
Squirrels ate him?
Why did they only find a little bit of the money?
Because that's all that washed up from the river. That's why it was found on a riverbank.
Yeah, I'm not buying the fact that he died.
Steve's not convinced, Richard. I'm sorry.
There's just not enough evidence to support that theory.
It's a conspiracy. I think it's a conspiracy, Steve. Maybe this show's a conspiracy. Oh, God. Fucking. So Bob asks, Steve, what's up with Tim Fasano?
I don't know. Is he on doing something fun nowadays? We haven't talked to him much since the show.
I don't know. He's Bob was like toting to me that Fasano ripped him a new one in a video recently or some shit. I didn't listen to it.
Oh man, I'd love to see that.
I was too busy, but
send us a link. I want to see that.
I think I have it somewhere. Have fucking Bob send it to you. He'll send it to you.
That's what I said. I just asked. Send me a link and I'll watch it.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I'll chuckle and
none of us will know what you're talking about. Because if I play the audio, YouTube will fucking tell me I'm using somebody else's shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to watch it during the show. I mean, that'd just be unprofessional.
Will L asks, has Chris and Steve had a chance to watch the new doc? The new doc?
Yes.
The new doc about what?
I don't know, but yes.
You did?
Yes.
Steve, if you don't know, how can you know which documentary it is?
I watched a documentary.
Which one?
I don't know. The new one.
Okay, how do we know which doc it is?
Do you know what? I did watch a documentary tonight, and it was on British television, by the way, Richard. You guys have some funky shows over there. I'm telling you what. This documentary was an autopsy of a overweight woman, and they showed the actual autopsy on TV. My wife was watching it.
Dude, did he not fucking listen to the show?
Todd didn't listen to the show, or Will didn't listen to the show. Yes, we watched that piece of shit.
Will, you're not making me feel like you're a fan of the show. Fucking do a little better here, buddy.
We did it. Well, if you go back, like, what was it, 4 or 5 shows now?
Yeah, we did a whole show on standing. And then
we had Claudia on after that.
Yeah, we interviewed Claudia Ackley about her suit against the state of California.
I would like to state for the record that Todd Standing has refused our requests, according to Richard anyway,
To be on
this show. Yeah.
Yeah, he just said he wasn't interested. And we were very nice to Claudia. Just going to add that.
Yes, we were. Even she agrees to that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
She still listens to our show.
Yeah, frequent listener.
Yeah. I
I
don't know
like
why.
Claudia. She's a nice lady.
She seems nice.
We may disagree on her court battle here, but
yeah,
I think her heart's in it.
No, I told her that I thought that her efforts would be much better directed at promoting better research.
Yep.
And to go after the state of California to recognize the creature. It'd be much better to have better research out there. If you truly believe in this thing, go out and research the shit out of it. Real research, not this bullshit. Because that is what 90-something% of it is just bullshit research. It doesn't mean a fucking thing. Tell me different, Steve.
I can't.
Exactly.
I mean, even people who in this any paranormal or Fortean field, really, most of the researchers are 99% bullshit. I mean, most of it's like they have a theory and the evidence will fit that theory because they're biased towards that particular theory, and that's why we don't get proper scientific research into this stuff, because we're amateurs and we don't know what the fuck we're doing, and so we go out there and make the evidence work.
It's because proper scientists don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Well, it's because it's wackos like us that are out there doing it. They don't want to be associated with people like us. I'm just saying. Would you? I mean, we barely want to associate with each other.
Well, I've been out in the woods with a bunch of the wackos, Steve.
Right.
You forget that.
Yeah, I know. And I have too. not as often maybe as you have, but I have. I get it. I know where they're coming from.
Well, I've been out with quite a few people, and I met quite a few different people in my travels. But here's the thing. I've stated many, many times that and that's in the Bigfoot community. Like, I've never been in any of the UFO communities, the ghost hunting communities. Like, I'd probably be entertained by the UFO community, but the ghost hunting community,
I do want to go on a ghost hunt, though. I do want to go. Well, remember, listen. Now we had a great friend who was a true believer in, ghosts. That was Sally. And if I could go out with somebody like her, and I wish I would have had the opportunity to go out with her, because she truly believed in what she was doing, and so, I would like to do that. So if there's anybody in northwestern Pennsylvania or northeastern Ohio that wants to take me out on a ghost hunt, I'd be more than willing to go.
The UFO community is madness personified.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'd be, like I said, I'd be interested in checking it out, but the outings that I've been on were Bigfoot outings, and I've been out with a number of different people, and I've always found it to just be a party in the woods. That's it. Bunch of people partying in the woods. And any of the pictures that I've seen of other people going out, they're around a campfire. They're all either eating and drinking or, fucking singing songs. It's a fucking party in the woods.
For the most part, I think that's what it is. If you get more than 2 or 3 people out there, that's what it's going to turn into. You can't research. I mean, you have to have only a couple people go out, because when you get too many cooks spoil the stew, basically. So you're just going to have a party.
Yeah, I mean,
and you would scare any potential animal away anyhow.
It needs to be real research if it's going to be anything, and that that bullshit isn't going to work.
I don't believe that, Richard. I don't believe he asked that question, but we can answer it.
Ryan Redding, Richard would like to know why you're such a waste of fucking space. And I'll even look in the chat to make sure that we get the correct fucking answer if I have to. I can do that, Steve.
Come on, Ryan's sincere.
He's sincere?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I don't know anything. Listen, I'm not saying that he's not. I'm not like, I want his direct answer.
Yeah, okay. I'm waiting with bated breath here. Whatever that means.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it takes all kinds in this community. People like you and me who are more skeptical, and people like Ryan who are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just takes all kinds. If you don't have the mix, then we don't have a discussion. There's nothing to talk about because there is no evidence to speak of, Has Ryan answered the question yet?
No, we're still waiting, with bated breath. The people listening are a little behind us, Steve. So
They're not that far behind us.
no, but I see nothing in there. So I'm just waiting.
Maybe it just takes them a little time to come up with a witty retort.
Could be.
I think so.
Could be. Dwayne Sembley says my ball itches, Steve.
I
don't know what that's about.
Well, there's creams and medications for that. There's no excuse for your balls to itch.
Listen, Steve, Ryan Redding has said that he lagged. What was the question?
Yeah, okay. He's just stalling for time now.
Okay. Well, we're going to ask you one more. You get one more time. Richard would like to know, what was the question again, Steve? I forget. Shit. I'm opening fucking windows here, there, and everywhere, Steve. Richard would like to know, why are you such a waste of fucking space? So
Dean Cooper wants to know what kind of snipe. There are at least 25 different species of snipe. I think it was the yellow-footed hootie snipe.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it was, Steve.
Yeah. It's a little known species.
You on your crazy bullshit snipe hunts.
I remembered the name of remember we were talking a couple shows back about how I used to go camping and we tell the younger kids stories about monsters and shit. Well, I remember the name of the monster. You ready?
Yep. Lay it on me, Steve.
Wookalar. The Wookalar.
No.
That was the name.
It wasn't Uncle Bob?
No. It was the Wookalar.
Okay. Just checking.
It was often seen with the yellow-footed hootie snipe.
We still don't have an answer from Ryan.
Yeah, he's just stalling for time.
So, could be.
He's probably going to show us a picture with a red circle on it to explain.
I love how we open it up to the chat.
And then nobody participates.
And nobody fucking participates. We leave it completely open to them to ask questions, and they ask the most bullshit questions.
We don't have very good fans.
Ryan has answered.
Okay.
Oh, love you too, Richard. Hey, go ahead and check my book out, Richard. The Bigfoot Report. Hey, I've heard the Bigfoot Report before. You may have a BEW, respect for things. Is that supposed to be?
What? A new. Wait, Ryan wrote a book?
Yeah, the tall ones asked, is it a pop-up book?
Probably a coloring book.
Can you imagine the spelling in that?
Hey, Ryan, can I get a signed copy of that book?
You can't stay quiet on that one, can you?
Ryan, I want a signed
book.
I want a signed copy of that book.
No, let it out. Let it out, Richard. Come on.
Wow, Jesus fucking cat dancing Christ, that stupid little meth smoking cretinous fuck. Oh, I wrote a book. Yeah, it has to be more than 3 pages, Ryan.
Allegedly.
allegedly whatever twat.
I am on the opposite side of the spectrum here. I want a signed, autographed, whatever you want to call it, copy of the book, and then I will promote it on this show.
I swear to God. I swear to God, Steve.
What?
Don't enable him. Don't enable his bullshit. Don't enable his existence. The only thing he can do to make any kind of difference in the Bigfoot community is to resign and then, you know, well, I can't legally say kill himself, but
I want to give the guy a chance. If he's written a book, I want to read it and I'll do a review on the show.
You might as well have.
yeah, I'm not legally allowed to use those words.
Oh. Okay.
Not in this country anyway. But you're not in this country. What are they going to do?
I'm glad that you stated that. It's good.
God, I hate 130 pages. That's not a book, you dipshit. That's a long magazine.
Okay. Can I get a copy of this book, Ryan? Please answer that question in the chat. And if not, how do I get a copy?
It's on Amazon.
No, it's on Amazon. He's charging for it like he charges for everything
Well,
else.
it's a book.
It's just about the research, isn't it? It's just about the research and making a difference, you slimy little cocksucker.
Wow.
Boy, Richard got a little, testy there for a second. Seriously, though, I do want a copy of the book. I'm not going to pay for it, but if he wants to send me a copy signed, I'll certainly review it.
Wow. You trying to get some free swag?
I just want to be the only one in the world with a signed Ryan Redding book.
Huh.
I mean, it's got to be rare. And maybe I could sell it on eBay or something.
I'm still,
it could be
waiting for questions from the fucking chat room.
It could be the book that ends the debate.
What debate?
Is Bigfoot real? It could be that book. I want a copy.
You're making Richard lose his fucking mind right now. You know that, right?
I'm not doing it intentionally.
Okay. I just wanted to let you know.
You're so doing it intentionally.
Listen, I believe in giving everybody a chance.
Everybody a chance. This coming from the investigative reporter Steve Alcorn.
How can I investigate something if I don't have a copy of the book? Ha-ha.
You don't need a copy of the book. You've got toilet roll in your house.
Oh, we need a question.
Wow. I guess according to Ryan, he said sure he'll get you a copy. Be like 3 weeks.
Does he need my address? No, never mind. Do you want to meet somewhere, Ryan?
I'm going to find out your address and give it to him now. I'm going to bloody call your bluff on this one, Alcorn.
Ryan, I'm often in Erie, so we can meet up somewhere near, maybe the New York state line or something.
That'll be awesome.
And I'll get a picture and I'll post it on the Fortean Slip Facebook page.
Oh my God, that'll
Ryan
be
signing the book for me. Don't sign it until we meet up, though.
That's great. What are you gonna do, Steve?
We're gonna go out for coffee.
Yeah,
and he's gonna sign the book for me.
Dean Cooper says some guy named Ryan has written a Bigfoot porn book. He just saw it on Amazon.
Huh. That would be even better.
Yeah.
That opens up a whole new debate.
Bigfoot love slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't love Bigfoot love slaves?
There is a lot of Bigfoot porn on Amazon for some odd reason, and it sells.
People love that shit, Steve.
I know. And it's not, I mean, there's ghost porn, there's alien porn.
Listen, Disney
Exotica, I guess, is what it's.
Disney
really called.
brought us into the bestiality fetish with Beauty and the Beast. It was inevitable, Steve. Bigfoot porn was inevitable. And people eat that shit up.
Hey, whatever floats your boat. I'm not judging.
Steve, question.
Oh, okay.
For you from me.
Boy.
And it's actually kind of based on something in the chat room.
Uh-oh.
Once you get the Ryan Redding signed copy, will you be selling that on eBay?
I just might. It depends. I mean, it depends on how popular a big book becomes.
Yes, Hot Diggity Dog, The Shape of Water was clear bestiality. I agree. Completely.
No. What if I pull a Rick Dyer and, what he did with Meldrum's book? That's what I... No, wait, that's what would happen if Richard got the book. Lighter fluid and matches.
Hey, Steve, I think we have a question.
Oh, boy.
From 1 to 10, how fearful are you of Bigfoot? I'm going to assume 10 is fearful.
Okay. And 1 is not fearful at all?
Correct.
I'll go with a 1.
Wow, you're not even fearful at all.
What reports do we have that Bigfoot is dangerous?
Okay.
Not many, if any.
I'm gonna ride the fence on this one with a 5. Steve.
I'm not gonna answer that question, Richard. Not gonna happen. We don't bring that shit into the show. And shame on you, Doc.
I think that is a completely pertinent question, Steve.
But it's not going to get answered. So next question, please.
Whoa. When have we ever Steve censored the show?
Tonight. It's not censored. It's choosing not to answer a question that's, no, I'm not doing it. Next question, please.
Next question. I think we should answer the question, Steve.
No. Next question, please.
I think the question should be at least asked, Steve.
No.
Why not?
Nope. Not going to happen.
Not a reasonable question, Steve.
Not a reasonable question at all. I mean,
Okay.
Yes, we go overboard sometimes here, but some things are off limits, and that's one of them.
Let's just say, Steve.
You better phrase this really, really good.
Let's just say that. No, Richard, shut your fucking mouth. Let's just say that someone's significant other.
No, we're not even doing that.
No. Is someone significant? I'm not pointing any fingers. There's no fingers being pointed here, Steve. Would you even think I would do that?
Yeah, I think you would do that.
I have no fucking fingers pointed anywhere.
How do we ban somebody from this show?
Oh, me?
No, Doc.
I don't think we should ban him from the show, Steve.
All right, well, shame on you for asking a question like that.
All right, Steve, I'll give you a pass on this one.
All right, thank you.
This is the only one. That's all you get.
You would answer a question like that.
Fucking right, I would. And to answer the question.
To answer the question, I'll answer the question. No, because it wouldn't happen. But I'm not going to repeat the question.
That's because Bigfoot doesn't exist, Steve.
That's right. Yes, Doc, that is a no then.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Next.
What's the next question, Steve? What do we got?
I don't think we have another. I don't know. Richard's not doing a very good job.
Ryan has a question for Richard. Does Richard have a woman? And
We're waiting.
We will wait.
Yeah, Ryan's mum.
I'm not sure. Never mind. I won't go there.
Swamp Girl would like to know, does Richard want one?
Ooh,
Have we made a love connection?
I think we might have. Is Swamp Girl? Swamp Girl is U.S. based, right?
I do believe so.
She might have to. She might have to be willing to move to the U.K. and fight Richard's current woman.
That's right. In a no holds mud wrestling match. No holds barred. It's the way we do it. We have to go all in, Steve. All in.
I think I just heard somebody move.
Swamp Girl says, no, I am Chris's girl. Wow.
Ah, well, there you go.
Holy shit, Steve. Uh-huh. And of course, Bob says, a lady I haven't hit on yet.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine that, Steve. Let's talk about that. I'd like to know how many women are going to come out with fucking like stories about Bob with fucking hashtag me too.
I don't think there's any.
I think there's more than you think, Steve.
I don't think so. I got to mute myself for 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
You gotta fucking mute yourself for what?
Just give me 30 seconds.
Okay.
You and Richard can carry the show for 30 seconds, can you not?
I can carry this show for fucking 60 minutes if I really wanted to.
Right. Well, you go ahead and do that. I'll be right back.
Okay, you do that, Steve, because you're just amazing. I don't know why I bothered to have you on the show.
I don't know either.
It's a miracle that he manages to make it. He has to ask permission every week. His handler runs the show. His balls are firmly in a jar.
A green jar.
On the counter.
A green counter.
Oh, Johnny Smith asks, has this show been about the documentary about Hulk Hogan? Joke. No, but if any, according to, the video, I guess Hulk Hogan had quite the penis there, Richard.
Yeah, it was. There's nothing about that man that's small.
Yeah. To quote the comedian.
Oh,
wait, no. To quote the comedian Jim Norton, it was then that I realized why his leg drops were so effective.
Yeah, it was better than what I was going to say. Okay.
I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, we didn't even notice you were gone. The fans were like, hey, let's just get rid of him.
I agree.
I mean, if that's how they really feel.
How was your time, Steve?
My what?
How was your time?
My time?
Your time away.
Oh, somebody was vomiting upstairs and I had to go check on him. Just making sure everything was okay, nobody was dying and shit.
Wait a minute, I choked on my coffee a little. Someone was vomiting upstairs?
That's what it sounded like, yeah.
Oh. I see. Well, somebody listening to the show?
I'm going to guess that they've heard at least a little bit of the Tonight Show, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd vomit too. And I'm on it.
Oh, weird things happen in my house all the time, so I just want to make sure it wasn't too weird.
Swamp Girl would like to know, where's John Titor now, Steve?
Where is he now?
Yeah.
Well, if we knew that.
It'd be interesting to have like a show, the Where is John Titor Now show.
I think
they could find him.
Well, obviously he's where did he say he was from originally?
Florida.
Okay, then he's in Florida.
Hmm.
It depends on which version of John Titor we're talking about, but I'm guessing
Correct.
Florida. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see like a true Hollywood story about John Tito. That'd
Like
be pretty cool.
a fake one or a real one?
Either way, that it'd be a hoot. Like they could really ham it up and say, by the fifth time I jumped back to the past, the dashboard was completely stuffed with cocaine. I just couldn't.
I was running secrets for the government and cocaine for the cartels.
There you go.
It just writes itself.
It's like the fucking end of Goodfellas. He's just fucking stirring the fucking sauce and fucking running the cocaine, looking up at the fucking helicopter.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
All my life, I always wanted to be a gangster and a time traveler. Fucking A.
Brilliant.
Fuck. So, Steve.
Hmm.
How's things?
Things are always good.
No more vomiting?
I haven't heard of vomiting in 5 minutes.
Good. That's good to hear. Very good to hear. We don't have any other questions, Steve.
Yeah, we do. I see one right there.
What's the question?
Will wants to know if the frog was vomiting.
The
Am I supposed to answer that?
Fake frog? I'm pretty sure you don't have the fake frog anymore, Steve.
No, he's gone.
Yeah.
Long gone. Well, he came back a couple times. I don't know if I told you that part of the story.
Oh dear Jesus.
Did I?
Oh no.
We used to. It was possessed or something. We threw it out in the weeds back behind the house. There's a big field behind the house.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to be a cabbage field, and at times they planted corn there. They did different things, but
for those of you unaware, Steve's talking about the fake ceramic or whatever frog that came to life. Composite that came to life and jumped across the room. It is one of these things you hit a key underneath, and Steve claims that it came to life. Okay.
It did.
Is that good enough, Steve?
Yeah, it's good enough.
All right.
Anyway, so I threw this thing out in the middle of the field
Mm-hmm.
in the weeds, and it came back, and it was on the porch. And then we did it again, and it came back several times. Yeah, it was crazy.
Swamp Girl is asking, are Bigfoot in Maine bigger than that? I'm assuming she meant to say than the ones on Pennsylvania. On.
Well, if they're on Pennsylvania, they got to be pretty damn big.
And she also asked, Steve, are there still UFOs in Pennsylvania? I'd say if there are UFOs, there are UFOs everywhere, Steve.
Well, to answer the first question, I don't think we've ever gotten a Maine and a Pennsylvania Bigfoot together to compare size. So
yeah, I don't know if size is indicative of state.
Ohio Bigfoots though tend to be like white. You get a lot of white Bigfoots in Ohio. I don't know why. Albinos. For the second question,
although Robtillion Horror says Steve is fake news.
Yeah, whatever. There's another one we should block.
Oh.
The Swamp Girl asked about the UFOs. I've seen several in Pennsylvania. None in Ohio. None since I've been into Ohio, but Lake Erie has a lot of UFO sightings. So.
She's talking about Kecksburg. She's talking about the acorn-shaped things, that people thought was the Nazi bell.
I did work with a guy who saw the Kecksburg UFO while it was, because it came in over the lake and then went south towards Kecksburg. So it turned south right above basically where we were. in the area we live, and he. But I think it was probably a piece of space junk or something. That's my guess.
I don't know. I saw something in the 90s. I don't know what it was, but
Diglaka.
Will L asks, what do you think about the new death at Dyatlov Pass? I am unaware of a new death at Dyatlov Pass, but
they're still wandering around out there. I thought they all died many years ago.
Well, I think he's talking about a new person.
Somebody who just went there.
Not like one of the original people.
I was gonna say, I mean, geez almighty.
Yeah, the one that fucking survived because they went home, went back out and fucking.
Well, I'm just gonna say, if they've been wandering around Dyatlov Pass that long and survived that long, I think that's a bigger story than the fact that they just died. I'm just saying.
Supposedly it just happened. Rob Tillion Horror asks, what are your opinions of reports of Bigfoot being related to UFOs?
There's a guy in Pennsylvania. Was it Stan Gordon? Yeah. He's written books on the subject, but
there have been quite a few accounts of Bigfoot being seen around UFO sightings. There have been sightings of Bigfoot going into or coming out of UFOs, I believe, before. But, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you got to believe that both exist first. And if one or the other doesn't really exist, then there's nothing to the theory.
I don't know what I buy anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's, there's
some very, very compelling evidence that yes, maybe it could be sort of, kind of, but we don't know.
Well, what do we really know? What do we really know about any of these things? Riddle me that fucking question. Oh, God. Bob's trying to work his magic. Bob's trying to smooth. I can see another fucking hashtag Me Too thing happening in the chat room right now. Right now.
I'm while we're doing the show, I'm going over these news stories that Richard sent to me. And he claims that I do no work for the show. You claim that I do no work for the show. But I'm here reviewing news stories so that I don't screw them up. He sends me half a story. Just half. Mm-hmm. He just reads the headlines and thinks it's cool. Half a story.
Yeah.
I'll read it and you'll see. But anyway, go ahead. Next question.
I don't know that we have another one.
Oh, shit.
Oh my shit.
I keep forgetting to bring this up for like 3 weeks, but I just remembered.
Oh boy.
So, there's this guy, right? Goes by the handle Todd Ness. Runs that Bigfoot thing.
Wait, the opinions expressed by the producer of this show may not necessarily. Okay, go ahead.
No. I'm not going to say anything bad about him.
Oh, okay.
I've just got a question.
All
really.
Right.
Now, there's tons of stuff good and bad about this guy. I'm not going to get into that. But he runs this organization called the American Primate Conservancy. Now, my question is...
Or the Bigfoot Yacht Club. Sorry, I had to. Go ahead.
No, it's a fair point.
The Sea Org. Wait a minute. The Sea Org of Bigfooting. Continue. Does he wear a fucking captain's outfit?
I think he does.
Right, but this thing, it's tax exempt, and my question is, why on earth does a Bigfoot organization possibly
how do they even qualify?
Yeah, qualify. That's the word. I forgot the word. Qualify for tax exempt status.
I have no idea how that happens.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. There is a bigger question, though, Richard. From Rob Tillion Horror. Will Steve ever put effort into this show?
I put effort every week. I come here, spend an hour and a half talking to people, and then I
Mark
go.
that.
"Oh,
Wait. Mark that.
Why? Because I paused after come.
Yep.
Can we get back to Todd Neese?
Yes, let's get back to Todd Neese.
I do. I wonder if we get Steve Calls and Todd Neese together. Will there be like Army, Navy, like a little battle there? Because one wears a sailor outfit and one wears the camouflage.
I don't know.
It'd be like the Village People.
I think Todd Neese should start writing like all kinds of fucking science fiction fantasy novels. Just start pumping them out like crazy.
Hey, that's the funny thing. Didn't it take forever for what was the name of it? Scientology to get tax exempt status?
Yeah, they had to like browbeat
should have
the
fucking
IRS.
They should have fucking hired Todd Neese. He did it the first try.
But that's just what the thing that confuses me. Like, I just don't understand why they're tax exempt. Especially if they're spending all their money on big ass yachts.
Well, now I'm sure that's from his personal income.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
You got to put on your captain's outfit and go out on the sea.
The excursions in the yacht are part of the research.
That's how they look for Bigfoot, Richard. Out in the ocean.
Not a lot of Bigfoot reports come from the middle of the ocean.
I'm sure, though, that if Todd listens to this show or somebody sends him a link to the show, he will answer the question of how he was able to get tax exempt status for a Bigfoot organization. And I'm sure there's a legitimate reason and a legitimate answer for that. Maybe.
Dean Cooper would like to know, how does Richard know they are tax exempt?
Because Todd said so. Yeah. I've seen it. Yeah. They are. Or allegedly, anyway.
Too.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure there's different levels of tax exempt. There would be, a religious type of tax exemption, for churches. And then there's a charity tax exemption. And my guess is that Todd is using some sort of research tax exemption.
Non-profit thing.
Yeah, no, it's a non-profit. I mean, anybody. I think even didn't Ryan try to start a non-profit? Ryan Redding? Am I wrong about that? I think he did.
I'm unaware.
Yeah, he tried to start a fake charity for kids that he needed meth money for.
Allegedly.
Well, anyway, so you can start a non-profit for a lot of different reasons, legitimately or illegitimately, I'm sure. But I don't know how you would go about making a Bigfoot research organization nonprofit, but I guess it's possible. I wonder if I can make my eBay. Oh, see, I wouldn't want to make my eBay nonprofit. That would suck. But I could pay myself a salary.
Yes, you could.
There's ways around that, isn't there? You just donate the money to a charity in your name, and then you can just.
You can only donate up to a certain amount. I forget what it is, but as a tax write-off.
Right, but I'm sure you don't make anywhere near that limit.
I don't. I just take, at this point in time, I take the standard deduction because it's more than what I would have gotten had I itemized. And the only way to take charitable donations is if you itemize. So that's it.
The NFL is tax exempt.
Is it?
Apparently.
Huh.
I don't have a fucking clue. All I know is it's a bunch of fucking horse shit. Generally. And I've Steve, have you ever been invited to Beachfoot?
Yes, twice.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. How come you didn't go?
Because it's just a fucking popularity contest. Why would I want to go to that? And it's expensive. I mean, so those are the two reasons I wouldn't go. Even if somebody paid my way, I don't think I'd want to go. I mean, all it is a bunch of people comparing dick size.
Well,
just like every other Bigfoot conference, really.
Yeah,
or
I
UFO
mean,
conference or ghost conference or paranormal conference. Just
my,
people comparing
my
dick
research is better than your research.
size. Or just bragging. You know, there's a lot of bragging going on, and the people who get up and speak are allegedly doing something better than everybody else because they're the speakers, and they're not really. I mean, because they have no more evidence than you or I have. So, to me, it's just not going to benefit me to go.
I can say I've never been invited, so
I've been invited at least twice, maybe 3 years in a row, but I don't remember. I haven't been invited in the last couple of years. But
yeah. Well, you don't. Why you're not in the same circles anymore?
no, don't want to be.
So,
I mean, I still follow this shit. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not constantly putting my name out there in the Bigfoot community or anything because to me it's a waste of fucking time. I mean, I'll still comment once in a while, but not much.
Yeah, I gave up a long time ago.
And it's not because I don't believe that there are potential for the creature to be out there. It's not because I don't enjoy the subject anymore. It's just because I'm sick of hearing the same shit over and over again.
Well, you know, I mean, recently there was a comment on one of the shows of the Fortean Slip on YouTube where they had asked if we would ever talk about what happened with Team Taser again and all that bullshit.
We've talked about that before.
Yeah, we've talked about it incessantly. And
there was too many
to answer the question, to answer that question, we've done shows about it a few times. We've addressed pretty much everything. We got involved in something that we probably shouldn't have because we were under the assumption that the people who wanted to do real research, were behind real research, and we're sick and tired of bullshit. And we got involved with a bunch of people that we probably shouldn't have. And some of us romantically.
Yeah.
And shit happened.
I think
everything is out there for the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Not everything, but a good portion of it, sure.
Good portion of it. And most of my personal bullshit is out there with that. If you go back and listen to the shows, it's all there.
Listen, here's my view on the subject. There was too many. It was a big dick contest, just like the Bigfoot conferences. Everybody and not everybody. Certain people wanted their name out front all the time, and if that didn't happen, shit didn't go right, Yeah, and they still want their name out front. And some of them aren't even in the fucking Bigfoot community anymore. And the ones that are, out of the ones that are, some of them are just fucking whacked in the head. A couple of them. And we're still out there doing the same thing we wanted to do with that group. This is what we wanted to do. We wanted to speak on this silliness of the subject, on the the lighter side of Bigfoot research or whatever. And most of them aren't even involved in the community. Bob's still out there,
Yeah, but he's very peripheral at this point. And
yeah, but Bob's still doing the same thing that he was doing then.
Give us sweet shit.
Well, I don't know, but he's still doing, the breakdown videos, and that's what he did at that time too. And he did some other things with the group, but I think it just too many egos got involved, and ulterior motives behind the scenes that even some of us weren't aware of. My motives have remained the same, you know, and I think yours have, but there was a lot of ulterior motives behind the scenes that we weren't even aware of until the bitter end. But
well, I just wanted to believe in something that was being researched properly and not with a bunch of crap.
yeah, I can't say that there wasn't some fanboy shit going on for me. You know, I mean, I watched these guys and I wanted to get involved with it, and I did. And I was very impressed with the idea of what was behind Team Taser. In practice, it didn't work. I was under the impression we were immune to the bullshit that went on in the Bigfoot community, and we weren't, you know, and that was my mistake. We weren't immune to that.
No, we learned a big lesson, and hence bore the show. The show was born of that. We, you know, we both got sick and tired of the crap, and we wanted to just poke fun at it. It was more entertaining for us to just poke fun at it than to look at it in any type of seriousness. Because if you can't laugh at it, what's the fucking point?
I do have to say, though, that we are pretty much the only ones that have stuck with the thing the whole way through. Everybody else has gone off on different tangents or changed their viewpoint drastically. Or, I mean, Bob still does his breakdowns. That he's stuck with it in that respect. But most of them are off doing something else nowadays.
Yeah,
you don't even hear from them.
And the ones that, you know, stuck around wound up changing their opinion or changing their tunes, or
and it's mostly for YouTube hits or TV show potentials, or just getting your name out there. And that's not what it was supposed to be about, at least in my mind. That's what I went in. That's the approach I went in. It was a team effort. It was supposed to be a team effort, and it was supposed to be a team of, you know, critical type thinkers, and it just didn't end up that way.
Oh, I think it
crashed.
I think the hard part for me was watching a very rational person that I adored go into the realm of woo to a degree that I couldn't even fathom.
I think that person realized in the end that the skeptical person isn't going to get the notoriety as the non-skeptical person, and at that time, and even still today, for some odd reason, the woo side of things is getting a lot more attention than the real quote unquote researchers, you know, the flesh and blooders. So that's, I think, and that's still my opinion of it, and it'll remain my opinion of the person for a long time.
Whoa. I didn't adore Michael Merchant, Bob. That's not who I was speaking of. So
he was talking about Steve.
Yes,
I love Steve.
I adored Michael Merchant. I did.
I heart Steve.
And I'll be honest about it. I was a big fan of his, you know, because I thought he was scientifically approaching the subject.
At one point in time,
thinker.
At one point in time, I thought he was a critical thinker who really wanted to look at that stuff. But no, that's not who I was speaking of. God, I can't not address that one. Swamp Girl says woo is a nice word for that person went batshit crazy.
Well, there's no real evidence for the existence. There's no real evidence for the existence of Bigfoot. I mean, real scientific evidence. Yeah, some footprints, some circumstantial shit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's even less evidence for the woo side of it, you know? So when somebody puts all their eggs in that basket, it just it's weird to me, and yeah, it's batshit crazy to me because there is no physical evidence of anything, let alone some paranormal creature
Yeah.
that eats peanut butter.
No, I mean it all just went down a road that it got depressing and sad, and you know that ultimately I think that's why Steve and I have continued to just laugh at it. Because
No, I
if,
mean, we
if
started
because
out
if
laughing at
because
it,
if we weren't laughing at it at this point, we'd be depressed about it.
I could tell you every person in the Bigfoot community or any real paranormal type communities that I've put on a pedestal has let me down. So I don't do that anymore. I mean, it just
Yeah. It wasn't. None of it was worth it. It was not worth my time, not worth my effort.
It was a
And
blast when we were in it.
my
Don't get me
own,
wrong.
but my own, yeah, but my own personal creative outlet was much more important
right.
than what that ever was. And you
Well,
know,
at the time, I think I loved being part of Taser. I mean, I'm not going to lie about any of that. And I liked all the people in it at that time. But one by one, most of them, not all of them, but most of them have over time let us down in one way or another. And some of them continue to do that. And some of them have dropped off the face of the earth, at least as far as Bigfoot's concerned. Because they got what they wanted.
Wait a minute. I have to address something else. Swamp Girl stated at one point, "Can't lose with a Carolina girl." I'm gonna.
You're good, right?
I'm gonna state for the record that you can lose with a Carolina girl.
You could lose.
Well, are
real
we speaking north or south? I mean, there might be a difference there.
I don't give a shit.
But yeah, I'd like to take a moment to address what Johnny Smith said about you guys not letting him down.
Oh God, be a part of the show for 5 minutes. You'll get let down.
Yeah, I get let down every fucking Sunday at 9:30.
Go ahead,
when I
address
start
it.
talking. Yeah, address it, Richard.
Me and everyone else, the fellow Slipites, you know, we
fucking no, hang yourself. There's
Slipites?
no
That's
fucking
horrible.
thing.
Slipites is what fans of the show have called.
No, that's not what they're called. They're called not that. Anything but that.
Not that.
Continue.
What, slippies? What about slippies?
Slipsters, maybe. I don't know, but not slipites.
Well, I've been using that for a while now in the chat room.
Continue.
So.
Oh, she says South Carolina.
Yeah.
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 Even if your name is Carol, he's not going to go anywhere near you. Well, maybe that's not true.
He's not going to take the risk.
No.
But yeah, no, Johnny's right. You guys have not let us down as fans of the show. You from the very first episode, the lawyers, the guns, the money, all the way to this, you guys started as assholes. It's been a long, spiritual, deep journey, and you've ended up as assholes. So it's been a good time. I've enjoyed listening to the show, and I like being a part of it.
We are assholes.
We've never changed in that aspect.
No.
Although I will say, like, we do tend to, when we have people on, we're not nearly as harsh as people think we're going to be. When we
because why would you? Why would you do that?
Patrick might disagree with that, but
well, that's a little different.
I don't think I was harsh with Patrick at all. I think I asked legitimate questions.
The Geneva Convention. You could be tried as a war criminal for that interview.
Hey,
It's just
Patrick.
brutal.
Patrick understood what was going on, and he was okay with it.
Well, he knew that it was going to be a hostile environment.
He was a
Right.
good sport.
Yeah.
Huh.
A very good sport. He went through all of that just to plug his blog. So,
Yeah.
that's commitment right there.
That's right. Hey, you got to give the guy some props for that. You don't have to agree with him, but you got to give him a little bit of props for that.
And it's funny because he's not associated with Johnson anymore. And he came on to defend Johnson.
Like
Hey,
8
listen,
days after that interview.
The one thing you got to like about Patrick Epistemon, whether you like the guy or hate the guy, is the fact that he had the balls to come on the show. He didn't have to.
He had the balls to take it from Matt Knapp.
Yeah, that was all.
Fucking Matt Knapp came in like a goddamn samurai. That was
And the same goes for Claudia. She knew she was coming into an environment where we didn't agree with her, but she had the balls to do the show, and you got to give it to her for that. And same with Fasano.
Fasano was great. For all of Tim Fasano's faults, he was fucking great.
If you look at him as a comedian, he's funny as fuck.
He was fun to interview. He was fun to have on the show.
He's my favorite guest.
He was entertaining. You cannot say that he was not entertaining on our show.
No, he was all right.
So, and for the record, when we had Mick West on, he was great, and I do love that show. When I went back and listened to it, it was a really good show, and having him on was probably one of the highlights of this show.
Speaking of guests, how are we doing with Nick Pope, Richard?
Yeah, Richard, what's going on?
Yet to respond to me.
What an ass.
Sorry.
Not Nick.
I am looking into getting a UFOologist.
A real one or just some internet friend of yours?
I don't have many internet friends, but it's definitely someone that's looked into the sky.
Okay. Well, that works.
Oh. So that
it's not a ufologist, it's a ufologist.
So that pretty much could be anyone, is what you're saying?
No, I'm in some UFO groups. I'm trying to get a guest. They're very paranoid and weird. But I've also definitely, maybe in a couple of weeks, going to get a paranormal investigator so we can do a ghost show.
Hey, what would you guys think of a prepper? You want to do a prepper show?
You mean like a person like in a cuckold relationship that preps the bull?
No, one of the doomsday prepper.
Oh yeah, now that's a good idea. I'll look into that.
Well, I know a guy, so if I'm not sure he's willing to do the show, but he has watched our show. His last name is Johnson, so that helps.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe if you guys want to do a prepper show, I can certainly might make that happen.
And I'm going to reach out to Steve's co-hosts on the Resale Breakfast Club and see if one of them wants to come on and do a bit of a show with us.
Trust me. Those guys aren't much different than we are. They don't put it out on the show as much, but they're not much different than we are.
I find your show informative.
You said it was boring.
It's informative and interesting, and I'm going to ask the guests, the co-hosts, if they would like to come on our show.
I think you might want to wait a few more weeks for that until I get comfortable. I actually missed the last show.
Wait. Uncomfortability is what this show is all about.
Well, yeah, this show, not that show.
So the chat room is everyone's perfectly fine with Slip Eye, just so you know.
Are they? I didn't see that at all, Richard, so fuck off.
Well, I asked and nobody objected, so
So you
fine
assume
with it.
because nobody's in the chat room right now.
There's loads of people in the chat room. All our regulars are in there. I haven't seen all our regulars together in a while.
I bet you not all our regulars. Well, I guess if you haven't been alive for a few years, you're not a regular anymore. But
Yeah.
what's his name? The one that was always in the chat room? Yeah, Jim Payne. So not all our regulars are in there.
Johnny Smith likes Slippies. And to
changed his name.
No, he died. His daughter made a Facebook post about it.
Well, that sucks.
Oh yeah, he was like the first fan of the Fortean Slip.
Well, besides Richard, of course.
No, before me.
No, you were there in the first show. You were there in the first show.
No, he wasn't.
No, I was there for the second show.
Oh.
It popped up when I was searching for John Titor stuff. No, because the second one was John Titor stole my flux capacitor.
We're sorry.
I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. So I went back and listened to the first one.
Google is the devil.
Yeah,
look what it's done to you, Richard.
Ruined your life, Richard.
No.
If you had never found this show, your life would be better for it.
Well, I certainly wouldn't be tired on Mondays anymore.
There you go.
I'm sorry. Keep rubbing it in. I have family obligations.
No, he's got family obligations, whatever.
Yes, yes, Swamp Girl. God willing, Payne still listens.
I think he's listening from the great beyond.
That's right. And do we even want to do the news, Steve?
No, because he sent me half story. Well, yes, I want to do one story.
All right.
We'll forget the rest.
Lay one news story on us. No bumper, no.
This is actually real important news, and it's an update to a prior story we did. And I don't know what the hell's going on, but I think there's some sort of conspiracy. So I have to read this one. This is from the BBC.com. So big news organization. I mean, they're even bigger than like People, aren't they? Or the New York Times.
Sure.
I think so. A couple weeks ago, we talked about KFC and they didn't have chicken. Well, guess what? Now they're out of gravy.
How dare they?
Fucking.
This is where I draw the line, Steve. I will not eat that fucking fake mashed potato shit without gravy.
I actually like their fake mashed potatoes with or without gravy.
Fucking who doesn't? I eat their fake mashed potato shit with a big hard on, dripping fucking gravy all over myself. Fucking leaking pre-cum all over my stomach. Oh, sorry, Steve.
After a chicken shortage led hundreds of KFC outlets, to close last. I reviewed the stories and I still can't read them. Last week, the fast food chain has now admitted it's running low on fucking gravy. It said almost all of its 9,000 shops in the UK and Ireland were now open. However, ongoing distribution problems means some restaurants were serving a reduced menu. What the fuck? A spokesperson, I think is more politically correct, said, "We are working as hard as we can to get this sorted out. We know that our gravy is a big favorite." I know, right? The news prompted a flurry of comments on Twitter. Haley Henderson says, KFC could survive no chicken, but no gravy? Fuck it, it's curtains. I put the fuck it in there, but MD, who is Mark DeFeo.
For once, Steve, I want to actually give you props for your little addition to the news.
Yeah, I know. Mark DeFeo said, "I'm planning on getting a lot of wings delivered on Sunday to Stratford, London, with gravy. What are my chances of success?" No response by KFC, by the way. Almost 700 of KFC's UK outlets were closed last week after it decided to switch suppliers from Bidvest to DHL. Where there you go. Fucking DHL. Who uses DHL?
Ruined everything, Steve.
I know.
KFC does.
Yeah, well, guess what? At the time, DHL blamed operational issues at a warehouse near Rugby. That's a place? Rugby's a place, Richard? Richard?
Rugby, yeah, it's a place.
I thought it was a sport.
It's a sport and it's a place. It's in Wolverhampton.
Which one came first, the place or the sport?
I think the place is named for the sport.
Huh. That's cool.
No, actually, because rugby used to be called football. So,
Oh, yeah, stupidly. There's only one football, and it's not soccer. The chain has apologized to customers running a newspaper ad showing a photo of a chicken bucket with the KFC logo letters rearranged to read FCK. That's funny.
Because it means fuck.
Yeah, I know.
No.
The accompanying text read, "We're sorry. A chicken restaurant without any chicken is not ideal. Duh. Thank you for bearing with us." So they picked on themselves by rearranging the letters to fuck. That's great. I wouldn't have thought that. That doesn't require an apology. I think
So
that's great.
Just the FKC. That's it. That's all they needed.
Yeah, I think that solved the whole issue right there. But they ruined it by issuing an apology for it.
Huh.
I mean, I would regain trust in KFC if they just run an ad like that that said, "Fuck, we messed up," but then apologize for it. That's bullshit.
It doesn't really affect me. I don't eat KFC, so.
Me either. I haven't eaten KFC in years.
I know it's not like I don't like it. It's just I don't eat there.
No, yeah, it's just out of the way and inconvenient.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, that is the elongated news story that didn't really make much difference to anybody.
Right. This has been the Fortean Slip, episode 15, the No Holds Barred episode. Thank you for your questions in the chat room this evening. As always, check out Dred Funn at dredfunn.com and youtube.com/Dred Funn. Check out Richard's comic strip, Bigfootin' with Keith and Colin, on Facebook. Check out Steve somewhere.
Oh, I know. Can I do a little plug?
Sure.
Why don't you all go on over to Amazon.com and look up Ryan Redding's new book and see if it's a good read.
Fuck your moose, Steve. Fuck your moose.
And check out Matt Knapp at youtube.com/bigfootcrossroads. We'll be here next week with a decent show for all of you to listen to, enjoy.
I can't wait to read those Amazon reviews.
Neither can I. See ya.